Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
Welcome to tonight's Tai Chi class. We're going to try a little Tai Chi yoga fusion. So it'll be a little different than what we've done before, but as always, choose your own adventure. Do what feels right in your body and never cause yourself any pain. Now, I like to start sitting a little forward in my chair, taking a moment, checking in with my body, maybe moving gently one side to the other, just seeing where I am today, making note of any spots that are a little sore, a little tight, that might need a little extra love and attention. And then from here, I'm going to come to center nice and still, hands resting on my lap, and take a deep breath in and out. Nice and steady. Continuing that breath cycle. And then on the next exhale, slide your hands forward right off the ends of your lap. And then right back up, rubbing the knees, making sure that we're all waking up, moving all of our parts and getting our nerve endings fired up. Beautiful. One more time. And then on the next one, as we come back up, we're going to flip our hands over, bringing the blade edges up along the shins, and then the backs of the hands along the sides, and then back down. Feeling the strength in our backs and our arms as we move up and down our body. One more here. Inhaling as we rise up. And then exhaling, letting our hands drift off the sides of our laps. And then inhaling again, floating up to the corners, circling in to sink the chi. Again, flip over, slide off the sides of the lap again, right back up to the corners. Chi. Bringing that energy in, packing it down all the way to our center. And then one more here. Now this time, our hands are going to float down off the ends of our legs and then float right up in front, coming up to chest height, pulling in and softening as we open the door. Sliding off the ends of our lap again. Floating up and in. Beautiful. One more. Now, this time, we're going to float our hands off our knees and up the same way. But then our palms are going to face each other and open out wide. One hand scoops under, the other on top. As we come in, we're hugging a big ball right in the middle. Inhaling, arms open. Exhaling, closed. Inhaling, open. exhaling closed. And then from here, our hands come in one more time to sync with chi. Palms flipping over, drawing that cloud of energy in and down, packing it away. And then our hands are going to float right off the ends of our legs, right up in front of us. We come into a little gentle sway side to side. Corner to corner, cheek to cheek. Moving in our seat. Appreciating the strength in our body that keeps us upright. Beautiful. When we get over to this corner, we're going to take a step out with the other leg. And then when we come back to this corner, we're going to take a step out with the other leg, coming into a nice wide straddle. And then from here, coming into the middle, we're going to bring one arm across our knee, lean to the side, and then come right back up, go into the other side. Right back up, inhaling up. Inhaling up to center and exhaling down. Beautiful. On this next one, we're going to pause just for a moment. And then maybe, if it feels good, shine our heart a little closer to the heavens, turning, maybe scooting our gaze up as well. Finding a moment of stillness. And then releasing our gaze back to neutral, coming up and over to the other side. I'm pausing here, maybe turning our heart up towards the sky, maybe our gaze as well, depending on what feels right for you and your body. Pausing and breathing, sinking into the stillness. One more moment. Then inhaling, floating up. Hands float up to the corners. Circle in. We come back into sinking the chi. Gathering our energy. Pulling it in like big pieces of cotton candy. Light, airy. Floating. Hope we grab it and pull it in. But it makes our hands all sticky. One more here. And here, stepping one foot in and then the other. Our hands float off the ends of our lap. Come right on up in front. And we come back into our sway. Just a little side to side. And then when we get to our first corner, we're going to pause there and come into our push and pull. Pulling back, pushing out. Everything softening down and relaxing. And then rising up just a little as we reach out. Beautiful. One more here. And then our hands float on across to the other side. Same thing, push and pull. Perfect. On this next one, our hands are going to stay out. We're going to float right back across just a little further. bringing one hand down to our chair, maybe the other to our leg, maybe looking behind us just for a moment if someone called our name. And then we come back to the center, rainbowing our hands across, straight into the other side. Inhaling to center, exhaling out. Back through center, into the other side, making the rainbow, like Skittles, but better. And then we're gonna pause here just for a moment. Maybe looking a little further over that shoulder, maybe not, up to you. Breathing in and growing just a little taller. Breathing out and softening, relaxing down. And then on the next inhale, releasing and floating across to the other side. How much are you twisting? I don't care. However much feels right in your body. If a twist doesn't feel good for you, just turn a little to the side. Whatever works for you. Pausing. Growing a little taller with your inhale. And then releasing and relaxing with your exhale. And then on the next inhale, coming back to center. Floating the hands out, open wide. And then one more, sinking the chi. This time, as our hands float down off the ends of our knees, we float up. We're going to come around behind us, opening out and coming maybe to our back just for a moment, maybe to our hips, and then sliding down forward, rounding, arching into our cat position, and then floating up, opening out again, reaching maybe to our hips, maybe to our back, maybe to the chair behind us, and then sliding forward past the hips, rounding down into our cat, arching our back, and then one more time, hands float up, palms turn in and arms open out wide, and then drift behind, finding whatever hand position is good for you. And pausing just a moment there, maybe taking a moment to shine your heart a little more skyward. Maybe lift your gaze only to where it feels good in your body. One more moment, one more breath. And then release. Hands slide forward, down the legs, coming into our cat one last time. Arching our back, rounding, pausing a moment here as well. Finding that moment of stillness. Feeling the connection of our feet into the earth, rooting us down, keeping us strong. And then release, and the hands slide up the legs, palms flip over, melt off the edges of your lap, rise up to the corners and circle in as we come back into sinking the chi. Big breaths as you gather in that energy, sucking it in, pushing it down into your center. Tai Chi, we talk about 3 energy centers. One in the head, one at the heart, and one in the belly. In yoga, there are 7 chakras. And some of them match up with the Tai Chi energy centers. But then, there's way more. But I always find it interesting that those 3 do match up pretty much exactly across a lot of disciplines. not just Tai Chi and yoga too. One more here. And then from here, our hands slide right off the ends of our legs again. Floating up in front of us. Opening out wide. One hand is gonna drift down and across. Coming to the other corner, and the hands switch places. And drift the other way as we come into our cloud hands. Our hands are changing shape as they go, softening and spreading, just like clouds in the sky. I always love to watch the clouds and see what shapes they make. Even now, people say, oh, that's for kids. Well, I guess I'm a big kid then. Now, on the next one, when we get to our corner, we're going to make a hook. The other hand is going to keep going as we come into our single whip. Brushing across the legs, and then coming up, circling around, like you're holding a mirror, looking at it, and then at the very last minute, you turn it so somebody else can see. Beautiful. Last one here. And then from here, hand drifts across, we release the hook, and come right back into our cloud hands for a moment. And then when we get to our second side, we're going to make that hook there. Other hand is going to hold the mirror this time. Continuing across in our single whip. Some things I wonder, where did they come up with these names? The single whip, I'm like, oh, it's just the one hand, single. And that little whip of the fingers right there at the end. I get it. Single whip, okay. Right there. Still breathing, by the way. And then on this next one, we're going to release the hook. Floating right back into our cloud hands just for a moment. Make a big hug. Drag it to the center. Open out wide. And sink the chi just one time here. And then hands float off the ends of the knees. Up in front again. Opening out wide. That one hand drifts across as we come back to our cloud hands just for a moment. Make our hook again. This time our foot steps in and then out, coming to the corner of our chair. Coming back through our single whip. And then if it feels good, that other leg, step even a little further back into a little wider lunge. Up to you. Now on this next one, we're going to reverse directions. Right at the end, right before we turn the mirror for someone else to see, we'll bounce back and go the other way. Now we call this one Snake Creeps Down. But some of us don't like snakes. So we're going to call this one Squirrel Runs Down the Tree. Running across the yard, running up the other tree, jumping branch to branch, chittering the whole way. You know how they do. Big, fluffy, bouncy tails. They always look like they're having so much fun up there. Last one here. And then release the hook. Float it across. Come back into your cloud hand. Step one leg in. And then the other. Recenter, reconnect. Make sure your feet are good and your seat is good in your chair. And then when we get to that second side, we're going to make the hook there. Come back into our single whip. And then maybe add that step out. Tapping in. And then out. Seeing how that feels. And then maybe on the next one, and that other leg a little further back. Up to you. And on this next one, we're going to do that reverse. Coming right to the edge. And then bouncing back as the squirrel runs the other way. Back across the yard, back up the other tree. Shaking the branches, leaves falling everywhere. And of course the dogs are chasing the squirrels, barking at the bottom of the tree. Perfect. One more here. And then we release the hook. Float it on across, stepping the feet back in, one at a time. Making a big hug, dragging it to the middle, opening out wide, just one single cheek. Make it a good one. And then one more time, hands opening out wide. Floating straight into our cloud hands just for a moment. Making our hook, stepping out. One single whip. And then on the next one, we're going to leave that arm outstretched. Sink and soften, and then stretch out nice and long. One hand maybe coming into the heart. Maybe saying a little prayer. The other coming back into our leg. Holding into our side angle one more time. Maybe shining our heart up towards the sky. Maybe lifting our gaze. Taking another moment, pausing here, grounding into our feet. Rooting, connecting, feeling the earth underneath us. One last breath. And on the next inhale, rise up. Arms extend. Float right back in, stepping the foot in. Right back into our cloud hands. Just for a moment. And then making the hook on the other side. Stepping that leg out with a single whip. One more. And then on the next one, we'll leave that arm extended. Letting go of the hook, sinking our elbows in, and then inhaling, rising, stretching out. Maybe bringing one hand to the heart. Lowering the other, arm to the knee, coming back into our side angle. And then maybe turning the heart up, maybe turning the gaze up. As we root back into our feet, onto our seat. Feeling the strength and the connection. body's holding us up strong. And then on the next inhale, rising up, arms open wide, hugging in this time as we come back in to sensation. Hands floating up to the corner, circling in. Big sigh, sinking it down. Usually we're gathering in energy for our day, but maybe this time we're gathering in sleepy bedtime energy. Just enough of a boost to do our bedtime chores, whatever those may be. And then settle into our nice, warm, cozy jammies. In our fluffy bed with whatever pillows and blankets we love. One more here. And then sliding back in our chair, finding the back of our chair, leaning back, snuggling in, getting a little comfy cozy. Letting your hands rest on your lap or hang by your side, whatever feels best to you. Maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze. Start to notice your feet. Do you need to adjust anything, any little wiggles to make them more comfortable? And then once they're as comfy as they can be, let them flop whichever way they like, sinking soft and heavy into the ground. Feel your calves and your knees softening and relaxing. Your thighs and your bottom going heavier, softer into the seat. Releasing any tension through your back as it too gets heavier. Leaning back even a little more into the seat behind you. Your shoulders get heavy and sink away from your ears. Your wrists and hands soften and hang loose. Softening through your jaw. And that little place between your eyebrows. Through your neck, even up into the back of your head. Relaxing, releasing any tension. Taking another moment here to just thank yourself for the work you did today, for showing up. Just as I thank you for being here with me tonight. You're welcome to stay in your seated Shavasana for as long as you would like. Or if your evening requires it, maybe start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes. Bring a little movement through your hands and your feet. Maybe a little stretch through your arms. Maybe your legs as well, up to you. Not too much. And then letting everything come back into center. And we are done. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Hey, I love spending my night with you guys.